Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Rando Geek. We have some updates regarding the massive hack that took place in 2024 regarding AT&T and Verizon. If you don't remember this hack, many victims include major corporations such as LendingTree, Santander Bank, and Ticketmaster. We heard about this article. We read this article for you back in December, and this was a big one. Okay, this was a very big one, including both Verizon and AT&T. A lot of other companies were involved in this as well. But the interesting thing here, the new development that we found, is that, of course, there were a few people involved in this situation here that were behind it. But one of them is including a U.S. Army soldier. And we got some new details on this here. So we're going to talk about this here. So they're saying the latest incident adds to a growing list of cybersecurity issues that remain a growing concern as individuals and U.S. adversaries increase their hacking attempts. All right, so U.S. prosecutors linked Cameron John Wagenius, if I'm saying his last name correctly, who was arrested on December 20th in Texas on charges of unlawfully transferring confidential phone records, to being connected to an earlier case involving two alleged hackers, Connor Muka and John Binns, saying Wagenius, who was later extradited to Washington state, is accused of being connected to the pair who were charged with breaching cloud computing platform Snowflake, resulting in the theft of sensitive data from numerous corporate clients. Court filings revealed on Friday that the stolen records included nearly all customer call data from AT&T and a significant number of Verizon customer logs. All right, they're saying security journalist Brian Krebs had previously connected Wagenius to the Snowflake hacks, saying Krebs reported in November that Wagenius allegedly threatened to release stolen data, including call logs of Vice President Kamala Harris and President-elect Donald Trump. So it's pretty hot here. A lot of info this hacker has, apparently, if Canadian authorities did not release Muka. So they're saying the breach data encompassed a vast range of sensitive information, including social security numbers, international mobile equipment identity, so the IME numbers of these devices, payment details, and personal identification records. They're saying these breaches in corporate cloud security came at a time when reliance on cloud services was surging. So they're saying Wagenius is just 20 years old, and he was a soldier at Fort Cavallos, formerly known as Fort Hood in Killeen, Texas. They're saying that on his Facebook page, he has 27 friends, mostly related to his time served in the Army. There's photos and videos of guns and what appears to be him training. They're saying it's unclear if Wagenius' role in the Army helped him carrying out the alleged crime. So, but he's definitely being looked at. And so far, it doesn't look good for him. All right, so what else do we have here? Yeah, I guess that's really the gist of it. But saying U.S. Attorney Tessa Gorman told the Seattle court on Friday that both cases arise from the same computer intrusion and extortion and include some of the same stolen victim information. So that's the link between him and these others. These cases rely on overlapping evidentiary material and legal process and arguably present common questions of law and fact. All right, so, we'll take this with a grain of salt. They may be trying to, connect the dots here, and it could be not 100% accurate, but, sad if it's true. Sad if this young man who is a part of the Army, turned to this as a resort of, I guess, getting some kind of payout here. Unfortunately, I won't speak negatively about him. I don't know anything about his life or what kind of mind frame he's in. It's not tough being part of the Army. I'm assuming he has some kind of connection to the technical field. Maybe he has some background in development. Maybe that's what he did there. It doesn't really say what his occupation was. But, if he's indeed involved and convicted, just a shame. Makes you wonder, like, what's really going on to push someone to do this type of stuff. 1 minute you're serving, next minute you're ready to sell information about the government and take down a bunch of companies and everything else. So some obviously something not right there. But anyway, that's our update. Feel free to comment down below your thoughts on this. But you know, in closing, these data breaches are really out of hand. And as we can see, it's not just wireless carriers. We're constantly talking about AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, but we can see many other companies get affected by this. Just regular companies that we do business with. We hear about these things from Walmart. We'll hear about it from Target. We'll hear about it from any company. So it's just a really big thing, and I don't really know how they can put a stop to it. To be honest, it seems like they're kind of they all must be using a very similar algorithm and a similar. They must have a similar approach to how they're protecting customer data and information that a hacker can get their hands on one and then somehow get into another. So everything must be very similar in the way that they're able to get inside and get this information. So, I don't know. Maybe the software they're using, the companies that they're using to protect need to be looked at because maybe they're the ones that are making it easy for, companies to get in. I mean, think about it. What have we heard about McAfee? One of the largest cybersecurity companies in the world that people have had installed on their desktops for years. And we know what we heard about them, right? They were selling information to the traders. And, so I think that the FCC needs to be more on top of that and have more evaluation done on the, cybersecurity software that people are installing on their desktops, companies are using, especially the military. I mean, this is big information here. And, it's just all of it needs to be looked at and re-examined. And I'm no expert, so I can't talk negatively about any of this, which is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not going to say this gentleman is just a devil or something. Like, I'm not going to say that. Obviously, something's not right in the first place for you to do something like this. If 1 minute you're, serving your country and the next minute you're turning your back, anything could have happened. Something could have happened while on duty that made him think, well, what am I doing here? Why am I helping? I should be taking the country down. Like that could just be the way he's thinking. And it's not a good look. It's not a good way to think. Best thing would have been to just resign and leave. But then, there's negative feedback on that as well. At least that's how he could be feeling. So all of it is just a tricky thing here. But nonetheless, yeah, definitely we have to have our cybersecurity approaches reevaluated. Things are not good. Too many companies being hacked, too much customer information being distributed. And like I always say, customers are the ones that are left holding the heavy bags because they're the ones that have to clean up the mess when their information is being leaked. And the same thing with companies. If sensitive information gets out on companies, tax ID numbers and, uh, personal financial information, these companies can lose tons of money. So it's like I said, the customers are always the ones. In this case, the corporations that do business are the ones that are going to be hurt here. So yeah, a lot of things that need to be cleaned up. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.